The Amityville Moon. Look, this is a werewolf movie, and I watched through every single werewolf movie what Wikipedia lists, at least that I could find on the internet. They are bad, and while the older ones kinda made some effort, and there is an occasional gem, how do you spell it? The genre got progressively bad. Lower budget, cheaper actors, finally amateur trash, until it almost completely disappeared, and it's just kinda bad joke if it rises. This is one of those, werewolf movies, and a late one. So when I say this is kinda decent, I measure with that scale. I'm not a werewolf fan. I don't know what those people think of. I just love movies. So let's go into this. It has a decent costume. There is no animatronics in it. It's not enhanced by CGI. It is just a man in a costume. But believe me, this is practically good in comparison. And the movie plays in Amityville. That's kinda a plus at this point, unfortunately. Does it have to do anything with Amityville Horror, though? To no one's surprise, no, it doesn't. Like taking the effort to put in a one-liner that somehow visiting the house made you cursed, or you cut yourself in a nail from the house, or whatever, seems to be too much effort for some people. No, I have no idea what happened 10 years before. I even went through all the images in the intro and nothing, nada, zilch. During the first 7 minutes we get two decent werewolf attacks, and that's where the movie dies. Plus, our protagonist is a violent cop with no redeeming quality. If you are a decent human being and not a MAGA bot voting on gun violence, racism, and not sending in the cops because that would interfere with the school shooter's free will to kill our children, that cop is just like the bald guy from The Shield. WWE had The Shield as a wrestler group, and they fought the Evolution, and that's kinda in the same department if you ask me, this religion versus science thing. And I don't want to let you down, but WWE made the Shield of Face win against Evolution. I did not like that message, so when AEW came up with their shows, I kind of fast transitioned to their stuff, and they have their own stars and they make good show, and it somehow feels less corporate and everyone just feels good in their roles. So I recommend you watch some AEW YouTube videos for starter, and maybe you will like it too, especially if you like wrestling. Now, anyway, from the end of the second attack, the girl arriving to the bar, skip to the 45th minute of this movie, because nothing at all happens between those points in time. Nothing at all of any relevance. It's trying to establish some things for the I don't care, you don't care, no one cares. And then the movie continues like that 40 minutes didn't happen. What is strange, but after Amityville Scarecrow and titles, I'm not exactly surprised that they padded up some half-decent script, making it much, much worse, unwatchably worse. You won't guess the situation in this one. The younglings in the movie are abused by the church people. Anybody surprised? No? Good. Now the actual thing is, they are feeding the girls, I mean the priests, to their werewolf member. Because God is good all the time? Or somehow one day a guy walked in with his wife and pretended so successfully to be a priest that he got the abbey or whatever you call the chief priest of a church. Is this even a church? I know this is an orphanage, kinda. They working with the police in rehabilitation of younglings in prison for young people, but you never see, a sermon. Oh, whatever. Cutting out the nothing minutes from 7:30 to the 53rd minutes or something. This is a fine werewolf movie.
So you want to tell me why you really ran away?
No one ever gets away.
Look, I'm sure people left that place without incident.
Something ate my friend! This is Rosita's shirt.
Sure, the lighting could have been better, disguising the costume better and all that kind of stuff, and it's just a werewolf movie. But I honestly have nothing against it when it comes to the rest. Seriously, cut out the parts between 7:30 and 45th minute and you have a fine movie, even if a bit short. But if the material only services a shorter runtime, then just make a shorter film maybe? Full Moon does it all the time. Their movies are 50 to 60 minutes on average, and no one is calling them short, so I don't see why when you are on this not an AAA industry, Disney and Warner and whatever. Even Warner and Disney currently are doing what, 90 minutes movies. So if you are a smaller studio, I don't see why you couldn't do 60, 70 minutes or even less. Because this movie could have get traction. And if I would be allowed to upload on YouTube or wherever a cut version, seriously, it's nothing modifying, re-editing or reshooting needs, just cut between 7:30 and 45th minute, sparing what, like 38 minutes or around that. Sparing a lot of empty run of sparing a lot of empty run time and, you know, losing the audience. You could have fame. Why not doing that?